Hello and welcome to our video on all verb tenses for A2 ESL learners. In this video, we will cover all the verb tenses that you need to know at the A2 level with example sentences. First, let's start with the present tenses. There are three present tenses: present simple, present continuous, and present perfect. The present simple is used to talk about habits, routines, and facts. For example, I play tennis every Sunday. She lives in a small apartment. They study English at school. The present continuous is used to talk about actions that are happening now. Present continuous examples: I am playing tennis right now. She is living in a small apartment. They are studying English at school. The present perfect is used to talk about actions that started in the past and continue to the present. Present perfect examples: I have played tennis before. She has lived in a small apartment for 2 years. They have studied English for 3 years. Next, let's move on to the past tenses. There are three past tenses: past simple, past continuous, and past perfect. The past simple is used to talk about completed actions in the past. Past simple examples: I played tennis yesterday. She lived in a small apartment last year. They studied English in high school. The past continuous is used to talk about actions that were happening at a specific time in the past. Past continuous examples: I was playing tennis when it started raining. She was living in a small apartment when she met her husband. They were studying English when the teacher came in. The past perfect is used to talk about actions that were completed before another action in the past. For example, I had played tennis before I got injured. She had lived in a small apartment for 2 years before she moved to a bigger one. They had studied English for 3 years before they went to college. Finally, let's look at the future tenses. There are 4 future tenses: future simple, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. The future simple is used to talk about actions that will happen in the future. Future simple example sentences: I will play tennis tomorrow. She will live in a bigger apartment next year. They will study English in college. The future continuous is used to talk about actions that will be happening at a specific time in the future. Future continuous examples: I will be playing tennis at 3 p.m. tomorrow. She will be living in a bigger apartment when she gets married. They will be studying English when the teacher comes in. The future perfect is used to talk about actions that will be completed before another action in the future. Here are some examples of the future perfect. I will have played tennis for 2 hours by the time you arrive. She will have lived in a bigger apartment for 3 years by next year. They will have studied English for 4 years by the time they graduate. The future perfect continuous is used to talk about actions that will have been happening up to a certain point in the future. Future perfect continuous examples: I will have been playing tennis for 2 hours by the time you arrive. She will have been living in a bigger apartment for 3 years by next year. We hope you found this lesson helpful in learning all verb tenses for A2 ESL learners. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.